I think this has got to be the most curious setup for a tiny guest we've had yet, huh?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what to think when they wanted Dance Lord on stage, but we got Dance Lord shrunk down just nice, so it's fine.
It's fine.
It's
Thank
fine.
you so much for that, Saru.
Of course. Anything to make the guest happy, right? Including apparently, well, there was this one time where the tiny guest got shackled behind the stage and was just like, oh, that's not where I expected this to be going, but we were there.
Oh.
Right?
Well, we'll see where this goes, alright? We'll see how good of a time we all have.
We'll have to see, huh? Ooh, jeez. That being said, hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 30 of the Big Squeak Inc. interviews. This is the Big 3-0, huh? That's a lot of episodes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh!
Yeah,
Oh, it's a special
I
episode.
remember, what was it? Episode 7 I was on?
Something like that, yeah, way back in the dawn of Big Squeak Inc. shenanigans.
Yeah.
Although I haven't pulled something like I did with you with the surprise bomb of art since.
Aw, I remember that.
I still cherish those arts so much.
Aw. Well, I'm glad that it went over well with you and still happy about them, huh?
Yeah.
And it looks like we already got some audience members popping up. We got June the Kitty talking about how she's so tiny and adorable. And Reed saying, hi friends, and yay, we got Small Hoshi.
Yes. Small Hoshi. We got Small Hoshi.
Yes, hello June, hello Reed. Hope you're both doing well.
So, on that note, we do got Small Hoshi, so let's start off with the hardest question we can possibly give somebody to start off an interview, especially when they're just freshly shrunk, 3 inches tall, sitting on a chocolate table, right? Question number one. Many people have referred to this as the hardest question of the interview. Who are you?
What?
Who are you?
Who is MacHoshi?
Yes.
Wow, that's a philosophical question. I'm a singer. I'm a lover, not a fighter. But ultimately, I am an galactic inventory scout, and I like to travel space. It's become more than just a task for me. I do it as a hobby, even. Sometimes, and I'm sure you can relate with this one, Saru, I dream about surfing down on the Milky Way galaxy.
Well, space is really cool, yeah.
Hopping from planet to planet. You know how that goes, right?
That may be a snack run for me, but yeah, I get hopping planet to planet.
But yeah, I love space. That's my identity. If that's what you're asking, I love space, and I love things that I can be passionate about, like video games and singing, and my friends, of course, like Dooney over here.
Hi. Yes, this is my bestie Foresti, and I love her so much.
Oh, Dooney.
It is taking every amount of my strength to not lean over and give her tons of little kisses.
We may have to remove the little building that is protecting her from your affection later, right? Just tear down the little wall behind her and just say, go ham.
Tear down. Well, I love you, Dooney.
I love you too.
That was a wonderful question. It wasn't too hard. It was definitely something that puts you on the spot, but
Right.
I liked it.
Some people just immediately go, wait a second, what? Who am I? Wait, why are we asking that? So,
well, it's deep. It's a deep question.
I'm glad you had a pretty direct answer to it, and just Be true to who you be, right?
Oh.
So, I realized I completely skipped over the introductions somewhat, but
Oh, I thought that was the introduction.
yeah, no, that's supposed to be like the starter question to actually get it rolling. I'm supposed to be like, hello everybody, me usual host Saruroku, across table Dooney, co-host, and tiny
Hi.
friend on table Makoshi.
Hi.
You know, something like that, except then that builds up into, all right, Makoshi, who are you? But I botched the order a little, right?
I see.
Yeah. So it's a little bit of a scuffed introduction, but hey, that means we got the, best friend introduction instead of just me saying names and
Aw.
going squeak squeak, huh?
Yeah, your squeaks are adorable, though, Saru. Thank you for
Squeak
your
squeak
squeaks.
squeakity squeak 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 squeaky.
They are indeed cute.
Ay. Oh, now I'm blushing, huh?
I'm just thinking of that just like one time. I think you know the one time I'm talking about.
I think I know the one time you're talking about too. And I think
Oh,
you
come
know.
on, you guys. You can't leave us out of a joke like that. Come on.
No.
What are we missing out on?
So basically, we was playing some golf once upon a time, and me and my infinitely big mouth decided to go, oh, you know what'd be funny if we got a sizey element into this? What if number, make size change? Big number go big, small number go small for some reason.
Oh.
And I was doing good at golf, and I shrank, and I kind of got lost on Sanus with Dooney, over there on Sanus as well. And one thing leads to another, and I get the embarrassed squeaks out. So,
Oh.
yep, it was a very dangerous situation. Me and my big mouth,
Well.
June still loves that she suggested that. Yes, June. My brain melted forever thanks to that. Ay.
Yeah.
You gotta love chat messing with you, though. Scuff and chat messing with you. That's when you know you've made it as a streamer.
June, I think June was in on that one as a player as well, right?
Oh!
Playing game? That was the one where Sanus was originally going to play with Dooney and June, and I was just kind of sitting there like, I really want to ask to join, but I don't want to intrude.
I mean, you're a friend, so we really didn't mind.
Right. I was just sitting there like, listen, it's thing they want to do. I don't need to intrude,
Aww.
You don't think the second one? Oh, that was the second one? Okay. So the second one was what June was involved in. The first one was us and golf. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense then. And June, as the audience member, indeed was creating the chaos then, I see. Jeez. Yeah. So, I guess Dooney knows what the real squeaks sound like when my brain is melted. Oh no.
Yeah, that another time, but we'll get to that later.
Dooney, there's a soft drink on the table. You can just feel free to drink that if you so desire, right?
Am I able to pull up a chair for Dooney?
We can probably, we can finagle a chair for her just a bit, but I suppose getting back on track. So, you mentioned, and it seems to be all over the place whenever we look up anything about you, that you are a scout, and you seem to be scouting various planets and celestial objects in space.
Yes.
So is there anything more you can tell us about the particular scouting, be it what initially got you into it, or why you were doing it before, or why you keep doing it now?
Oh, well, of course. Actually, that's my planet's agenda. I'm from planet Unmach, which is about 150,000 light years away from Earth. So we're, quite far away. But ultimately, our goal is to go from planet to planet, all over the galaxy, all over the universe, and find all of the resources that we can glean collectively. Of course, we don't get all of the resources there. We just are taking stock of said resources for what our scientists are considering an inevitable all-out war in about 15 billion years from now.
That's a few years.
Oh, yeah, it's rough preparation, but ultimately it's going to be what we consider for the greater good. So I, along with the millions of other Unmaks, are traveling the galaxies and taking stock of all of the planets.
Well, that's reasonable enough, although I that sounds a little bit ominous to me, though. Just a year and billions, war in billions of years. Then again, I don't think I have any room to talk with ominous, considering I'm trying to like bring about some Ragnarok for a planet or two. So yeah, I don't think I have any room to talk there.
You understand. You understand. But I don't think it's too ominous. I think that 15 billion years is a long time. Nothing for quite literally any human to worry about. I don't know your lifespan. I feel like you're probably going to be around for at least another several thousand years, it looks like, by your chemical makeup. But I can't really be sure if 15 billion years would be something. Are you immortal? Is what I should ask.
So I actually should be like elderly according to mouse standards. Mice normally only live a few years, and I'm getting to that point. So if your readings are picking up something different, maybe that Fenrir magic is doing something weird to my body, because I got no clue.
Fenrir magic?
Yeah, Fenrir magic,
Oh,
just a little bit of that, huh?
I could tell that you were no earthly mouse. I didn't know it was Fenrir magic. That's.
It's amazing what you'll find laying around,
Mm-hmm.
Especially after an old Ragnarok, you just find, oh, there's some old pieces of a god over there. Oh, there's some ashes of a once big wolf there. It's like, you just
So
stumbled
you
upon some
are
cool stuff.
immortal.
Possibly. I was
I'm
unaware of that until, like, right now, though.
making a note of this and sending the information back to Unmok. Thank you so much. You would be an incredible asset and value to whatever army you would fight for.
And then, the whole doomsday thing in Ragnarok. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Let's see, and it looks like I think we have a chat question or two, although
Oh,
I don't see the question marks, which usually catch the eye. So if you're asking a question in chat, please make sure to end it with a question mark just so I can catch it easier at a glimpse, okay? But, let's see, Vladimir Monkin asks, Hoshi, what the hell did you do to become tiny?
I drank the soda. They didn't tell me it would make me small. They just said I can either eat a cupcake or have the soda, and I wasn't hungry. I guess if I had the cupcake, I'd get bigger. But now I'm small. But that's okay.
Yeah, you can't say no to a drink.
Exactly.
I see, normally we also have a little bit of an information card next to both of them, but they didn't really read the information card and just went drink time, so, well, here
Yeah.
they are, huh?
And besides,
What do you
if the drink wasn't going to shrink you, I was.
Dooney, you wouldn't shrink your friend without a consent, would you? Oh,
That is a long
Hmm.
hum.
Talk about ominous.
Talk about ominous, huh? At least we got Dance Lord some of that drink too for you, right?
Well, yes, thank you. Makes me feel better that I have a familiar face that isn't enormous and booming and looming over my body. Dooney.
Hi.
It's fine. I'm just teasing. I love you, Dooney.
I love you too, Koshi. I'm
Yeah.
aware.
Alright, let me skim over a couple more chat questions. Apparently, Modern Varus approves of Dance Lord. They think it's a nice touch to have Dance Lord there.
Wonderful.
Let's see. June the Kitty is asking, what type of planet would you retire on?
Oh, definitely a tropical planet. 100%. Something with minimal life though, because you can always just go to a space station for groceries like meat and whatnot, but you can't very well expect to protect yourself from every this, that, and the other beast on some tropical planet. So just nice weather, lots of pretty blue and green skies would be my preference.
All right, all right. Let's see. I see another couple of chat questions potentially, so we'll get to them before I jump back into the scripted ones. Varus is curious about how you chose your hat, and they think it's super cute.
Oh, my hat. Oh, thank you. Well, I will tell you the lore answer, and then I will tell you the real answer. So, the hat and the cloak are actually standard issue for once you've reached captain. And then the tassels that you see, these pretty little epaulets, I received when I became a commandant. Uh, but the hat, actually, the inspiration was from the character Toilet Bound Hanako.
Oh.
He's a little ghost boy from a show or a manga, something that I've actually never seen or read before. But I thought his hat was so cute, and I also drew a little inspiration from Devil Summoner. Raidao is his name. If you are familiar with Shin Megami Tensei.
I'm familiar with the name, but not the content.
I've definitely heard of that character, and I played Shin Megami Tensei 5. So.
All right then, Dooney knows the aesthetic I'm talking about.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that makes a good bit of sense. Last question before we jump back into the main scripted questions. This one is from Read the Small Mouse, and they're sticking on the same theme of space exploration. What is your favorite and least favorite planet that you've explored? What are your favorite and least favorite planets?
Okay, so my least favorite was Hoth because it was cold. Now you might be saying, isn't that a fictional planet? But no, actually, Hoth is about 25,000 miles away, or 25,000 light years away from Earth, and incidentally, is one of the coldest planets in existence. So if you land there, it's about negative 300 degrees Fahrenheit at the warmest. I hated that. Absolutely hated that. I've been on solar planets that were scalding that I enjoyed more because, the steam on your face feels really nice. So that was my least favorite planet. But my most favorite planet is Earth. Hey, what's up? Right?
Hi.
Earth. Hey.
It is a good planet to be on, despite the problems with it. But I've also never been on any other planet.
We'll have to change that one day, Dooney. I'll bring you on an adventure.
Yay!
Hey.
I do like adventure.
But yeah, Reed, Earth has all of my friends, so of course it's my favorite planet.
Fair enough. Earth is a lovely, lovely place, although, I think, Dooney, we both agree that it kind of looked tasty?
It did look tasty.
Yeah.
Oh my.
All right, on to the next question in the batch. So, there is a lot of talk of you scouting planets and whatnot, and I did skim a little bit of information. What I could find says that you are a commandant of a freighter ship, yeah?
Yes.
So, could you tell us a little more about the ship in particular, then?
Oh, of course. The ship goes by Kenehihu. We recently were able to install an AI on the ship, and it's quite wonderful. But we'll get to that a little bit later. So the ship itself is a part of a fleet. And we do haul multiple resources from place to place. Uh, there are several different wormholes spread all throughout the universe that lead back to Unmach, and we
Mhm.
make several drops every other couple weeks or so. So while Kinihihu is fully capable of hauling multitudes of resources, it's still most certainly necessary for us to make these drops, you see. But yeah, Kenihihu, our AI, was made from the collective unconscious of all of the crewmates. We were put into cryosoma sleep, and all of our consciousness was taken and put into an AI. We figured that that would be the best way about doing it because if you take just one individual's AI persona and you have them running a ship, it tends to collide with the original persona. And I wouldn't want there being another commandant running the ship. So that's why we had everyone's. So yeah, that's Kenny Hihu, or Kenny as we abbreviate his name to.
That's just kind of blowing my mind there. Kenny being an amalgamation of a AI representation of everybody? That's.
Yeah.
Huh. That is. I suppose that's one way to work around the issue that comes up whenever, an AI starts talking with the original and is like, wait, no, I'm me, you're not me. And things go wrong from there, right?
Exactly. And it's made Kenny Hihu into his very own I shouldn't say person, but he doesn't act like anyone else on the ship, and that's what makes him so special.
I was not prepared to be delving into AI, but I guess with all the space exploration preparing for billions of years out, I shouldn't be surprised, right?
Exactly.
All right. And a last little note that I wanted to pick up on from the general descriptions one can find while browsing around your publicly available information, aka the Twitter. So there's a phrase that I'm curious what you mean by this because it could just be like you said earlier, you love space and space exploration, but the wording could also be a lot more ominous as well. Back to that ominous word, huh? What do you mean by cosmically possessed?
Oh, well, I feel like full disclosure is necessary. Um, and thank you for asking, because incidentally, I don't get the opportunity to express this often enough. So, on an expedition that we had on a now rogue and redacted planet,
Mm-hmm.
I came across this strange orb. It was shrouded in these thick, thick, almost rock like arrows. And when I went up to it, it started humming very loudly. And you would think the average individual, especially explorer, would back away from such a thing. But I felt it calling out to me. It was calling my name. So I walked towards it, and as I walked closer towards it, the orb burst, and these little arrows penetrated through my body. Um, I didn't feel any pain, but I felt something different inside of me. And ever since then, whenever I'm involved in battle or anything that could perhaps muster up some negative emotion, I can feel these things inside of me, which have consistently whispered the phrase "Sighead," which, from what I've been able to look up, is an ancient word for arrows. Very finger on the head, you know. But yeah, I am ultimately possessed by the Sigheads, and uh the reason the planet is rogue and redacted is because the psycheads may have injected themselves into the planet and caused it to corrode and implode. So that's a little scary. um, and those creatures are inside of me. So I consider myself to be possessed by them, despite having a pretty good handle on it. If I'm involved in a battle, I no longer have a handle on it, and I just kind of start to go wild. Dooney has seen it, and
I have.
yeah.
It's pretty scary. It's pretty
So it
scary.
was the ominous answer.
Oh, well, I guess I am a little ominous, unintentionally speaking.
I see. That's a lot to take in right there.
Uh-huh.
Although, given how quickly you fell into the drink trap of just shrinking down, it's not surprising that you would find a mystic object and just go, ooh, shiny. So, yeah?
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
Sar's got a point. Silly little MacHoshi.
Don't
Curiosity,
you mock me.
Curiosity's
I'm sorry,
a hell of a
Dooney.
thing.
You're allowed to mock me on your friend's show. I love you, Dooney.
She got a little scary there with the arrows popping up the wall.
I beg your pardon. I felt under attack, I think.
You know, that actually yeah, if you don't mind, sir, I do want to ask this. You know, besides the sage heads, you know, what makes you stand out from a human, since, you know, you're not really human, you know, besides being possessed, as far as I'm aware.
Well, ultimately, my body is more of a mental illusion. A lot of other aliens in my solar system aren't actually humanoid like what you see here. But the Unmaks do decide to take a more physical form even on Unmak. So incidentally, I'm more of a collective energy source, if you could put it bluntly. Every single organic organism in my solar system is just that, energy source melded together. So we know how to refract light and cause you to see something that's more understandable. And we enjoy doing that on Unmok too because of, well, they say that song and art isn't important, but they love fashion, so clothes are important. And you need physical forms to wear clothes.
Yeah. Yeah. Wouldn't want you to be nude.
Well, that anyway,
there was a lot of directions for that.
I hope that answers your question, Dooney.
It does.
So
it does.
I know no other form but this. But ultimately, I am not permanently in this form.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Thank you for answering my question. I was curious for a while about that as well. So.
Oh, well, thank you for asking. It makes me very happy how interested you are.
Let's see. It looks like we do have a few more chat questions before I move on to the next category. Okay. So, let's see. Vladimir Monkin has a couple of questions. The first one is with regards to your friend on the stage there, and quote, why is Vader throwing it back so far?
That's Dance Lord. I don't know who this Vader is, but this is the Dance Lord of the Sith.
And there's your answer, Dance Lord.
Absolutely not related to Vader at all. It's Dance Lord.
Not at all. They just, they have a very similar fashion sense, and that's it.
Exactly.
Honestly, Dance Lord's got a lot more stripes going on, whereas Vader has a lot more, plating and mechanical bits, right?
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
But plus, Dance Lord looks a lot cuter, I gotta say. I mean, look at those eyes. They have, like, puppy dog eyes.
Oh, they are cute, aren't they?
Yeah, it's like, please watch me dance. I just want to dance, and it's just like, aw, how can I say no to that?
And dance. Let's see. The next question from Vladimir Monkin. What does Hoshi feel about Endor? You got any thoughts regarding that?
Isn't that also a fictional planet? I don't believe that there is an actual planet that's named after Endor, however. I have no strong opinions on any planet in Star Wars.
Fair.
I beg your pardon.
And
looks cold.
We have a question that is from Wykit or Detective Mouse. Have you met any planets where only killer clowns lived?
Now, I've spoken with 4 or 5 sentient planets. I thought that's what you were gonna say. One resides in my solar system, incidentally.
We're not going for the sentient planet approach, apparently. We're going for the clown approach.
Clowns? Only clowns. Well, I would say that Earth is full of very colorful characters. People who ask some ridiculous questions. I'm kidding. I love your question, Reed. No. I have not been to...
Oh, no, that was Wykit who asked this question.
Oh, Wykit.
Yeah, different mouse. Detective Mouse, not our small mouse.
Oh,
yes.
All right.
They're both mice. I can't blame you.
That's why I got so mixed up. I beg your pardon.
As a mouse sitting here, I'm just going to give a little bit of a glare while across the table, Dooney.
Yeah. What is this? Did I say something wrong?
I'm just gonna go. Yes, we're mistaken mice for other mice now.
I mean,
my bad. But yeah, no, I have not been to Terror 42069, the planet that's only inhabited by killer clowns. I have not been to that planet before, and I plan to avoid it at all costs.
That's fair. And I see that Reed definitely got caught in the crossfire too, and they're giving some of that glare as well with their... so do we all look the same to you all? Oh, no. Reed, I got the sass for them. I got the sass for them. It's fine.
I didn't mean it that way.
Sorry. Oh.
I gave them the little bit of sass for mice kind. We can lay off a little bit, huh? And let's see. Looks like 4 caught up on what was being said there, or at least one of the implications. And, yes. Damn, we're all clowns. The Earthlings are clowns, huh? I mean, we're definitely... I'm not gonna say you're wrong.
I was gonna say, like, pretty much just half the population is clowns.
Right, so... I mean, Earth, number 1. Love you guys.
It's a very interesting planet.
Yes. It's at least the most unique in the Milky Way galaxy.
Yeah.
We'll take the first prize for the galaxy, huh?
Yeah, there you go.
And let's see. So, I imagine this question may wind up looping back over to that cosmically possessed bit as well, because Reed the Small Mouse is asking, so what types of abilities or weapons do you have when out on an adventure?
When out on an adventure, I usually have a crossbow. I found that to be the most efficient, since it's not loud. you can be very stealthy, and it's very precise as well. Most of the time, we're not too concerned about enemies on adventures. However, sometimes in space, we could be hauling something that is considered precious to a space pirate, which isn't too often. But if it does happen, Kennehy, who is equipped with beanbag rounds that are meant to incapacitate whatever enemy might be coming at us. However, sometimes if I am in battle and in the heat of the moment, if I fire a beanbag round, there's a chance that it could catch fire and shift shape and turn into a very deadly blazing arrow and cause extreme explosions and many casualties.
Kaboom.
Yes. But if everyone stays in their lane and nobody tries to steal any resources from Unmok, everybody lives, so it's fine.
Fair enough, fair enough. Pretty well armed with a variety of uses, although it sounds like the explosion is not the intended result from the beanbag rounds.
No.
Is that like is that just kind of a manufacturing defect that people have just decided let's roll with it, or is that a
manufacturer defect? That's what it is. It wouldn't be anything else. It's a
nothing
manufacturer
else.
defect. Unmok did it all.
Nothing.
Unmok does not facilitate for any violence and murder.
I see. I think I understand what's being said there, right, Dooney?
Okay, good.
Oh. Dooney is
sorry, I was just like... I was just... Something distracted me, I'm sorry.
Was Dooney looking at Dance Lord's booty? Is that what it was, Dooney? Too distracted by Dance Lords.
And let's see, to address the question again, since it was asked a little earlier, that is not in fact twerking Darth Vader, that is Dance Lord. Yes. They're very distinct. Very distinct.
Yes. Very, very two different people.
And let's see. Looks like we got one more question sneaking in before we're gonna hop over to some more streaming related questions. So, Black Frost is asking, what is the most interesting creature you've come across? And what made it so?
Oh, Frost! Hello! Hello, Frost! Well, the most interesting creature that I've ever come across is this little character named Kavi. We love him so very, very much, Kavi. He's a little sleeping dog. Ooh. He's a sweetie pie. Yeah, we came across him.
He's a dog? I thought he was a little hamster.
No, he's hamster dog, maybe. Hamster dog? Kavi?
Aww.
There he is. He's very small. Kavi! Do you have something that will make him a little bit bigger?
We can try to adjust a little bit of the zoom on the camera, but I don't have anything.
Feed him something.
Feed him something.
Saru.
Let me see.
Give him something to make him bigger. He's so teeny.
Let me see what we have on what we have on hand real quick.
It's okay, Kavi. They're gonna make you bigger so people can see. But yes, it's Kavi. Kavi is the most miraculous creature I've come across because he's loyal to a fault, and you can scream at his ear, and he won't wake up. Okay, so you got like a peppermint or something to feed him to make him bigger?
I don't think we have too much peppermint on hand, but I think here it might pop up behind Dance Lord real quick.
There we are.
Burger.
Oh.
That's a lot of burger.
Kavi, eat. There you go, Kavi. Yes, there you go. There you go, Kavi. Oh, big boy, Kavi.
Burger.
There he is, my Kavi. See, he sleeps. Kavi, hey, look at him. Look at Kavi.
Aww.
He's a sleepy boy, though. You see him? He's the best.
Sleep
I
eating.
love Kavi.
Very impressive habit.
Yes. I should let him sleep.
Really adorable.
He's incredible. I'm glad that you all got to meet him. But yes, Frost, that should answer your question. Thank you for your question. Farewell, Coffee. Go back to sleep in the bridge. Goodbye, Coffee. Goodbye. Thank you, Coffee. Bye.
Bye, Coffee.
Bye, Coffee. Is it ironic for animal named Coffee to be sleeping?
Oh, Coffee. Cavi. Coffee.
Coffee.
Yeah.
Okay. Because my brain was hearing coffee as in like, yes, caffeine the whole time.
Oh, that would be funny though. But no, he speaks telepathically. And he told me his name was Kavi, or rather, if I'm being blunt, on the GIF, because I was just looking up cute little GIFs, I found him, and his name is apparently Kavi. That's what it said. It said Kavi's sleeping GIF animated. So he's Kavi.
Kavi. Fair enough. Alright, well, I'm going to... Oh, looks like Frost is riding away into Lurk Town. Aye, Frost. I'm going to pivot the questions now a little bit more to your, the streaming side of things. You do some planetary reports, and you seem to also have some recreational, games that you stream and all that, so that's where we're going to point the questions next. So, next question on the topic of streaming. Are there any positive or negative experiences you've had with streaming that stand out above the rest?
Oh, I love the social interactions. Incidentally, on my fleet, we have about 9 members throughout the whole fleet. And we've got, about 4 different ships. So it's very lonely. There's not a lot of friendliness going on the ship. We have a lot of animals, cats, coffee, but we don't have a lot of community. So I'd have to say the community with streaming has been just so phenomenal. However, the lack of time that one might have to just stream every day of the week and play games that you love and chat with your people is unfortunate. You don't have as ample time as you would like, I think.
Yeah, makes sense. All the time in the world, but so many things trying to take it up as well, right?
Exactly.
Well, on the topic of communities then, seeing as that's your big positive for streaming, are there any particular communities that you've been involved with, either streaming related or not, that you'd like to talk about and bring up?
Well, obviously I've made my way into the space community. I've met a few people. My first and foremost person that I met that got me into streaming actually, that is like space themed, would have been Captain Nevi Alden. She runs a bar called the Rusted Boar, and she also has a kind of a freighter ship. They run a lot of supplies to and fro. I got a lot of inspiration from her, and her community is lovely. Another space tuber that I've been able to meet is the Penelope, along with her partner, Mr. Floof. They're wonderful. But aside from the space community, I've been heavily influenced and welcomed by the size community. Big Boom! Yeah, there we go. Because I was waiting, like, yeah, we need the audience that just, like, when I say size community, that just goes like, woo!
All the sizey shenanigans, huh?
Oh, yeah. That's actually why I added a little redeem in my own stream so that there could be sizey shenanigans. Oh Lord, never have me say that again. In my chat as well.
Promises.
So yeah, the size community has treated me very well, and to narrow it down a little bit more, Dooney's community has been just wonderful.
Aww.
A very prolific individual in her community would be June, and June is just such a sweetheart.
She really is. I'm really happy to have June around. She means a lot to me.
June
Also,
is
hi,
wonderful,
Danny.
though June is also saying they would push buttons, so
I mean,
yeah.
she is a cat. She is a cat, and my cat at that, so it's just like...
You may want to be careful when you're back at your ship, right?
Certainly. And did I hear you right, Dooney? Danny's in chat.
Yep, Catbox Danny has popped up in chat.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi, Danny. I hope you're doing well.
Yes, indeed. Quite a few people popping up right as the size community gets mentioned, huh?
Oh, that figures.
Just say size community, then everyone comes into the stream.
Oh.
I mean, it's not like I'm not trying to chip in on that community too, seeing as we are currently interviewing a very shrunken MacHoshi, right?
And you have a bigger than normal fairy as your co-host.
And she's fluctuating some size wildly, zooming about.
Whenever she does that, I feel it. It's this heavy, thick rumble around me.
It's my fairy dust acting up. It's it's straining my body a little bit just to stay like this. So it's just keep on growing and shrinking.
It kind of makes sense. You're kind of stuck inside a building. The forest isn't real nearby, so things are a little bit more unstable, huh? Makes sense.
Well, hang in there, Dooney. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm doing my best.
Doing your best. And yes, Danny's size senses were activated, indeed. So, the community at large for streamer shenanigans, the size community and Dooney's communities, you mentioned all of those, I believe, as communities you've gotten involved with and had a good time with. So, that's good. While you've been taking a look at some of those communities, you may or may not have picked up some inspiration and ideas from various people, so I'd like to ask if there's any inspirations or major influences that have impacted either your current look and design, your willingness to stream, or any other aspect of yourself, like your passion for space. Any big inspirations for any of those?
Well, as far as having a character that suits me the best goes, I was brainstorming a lot with Dooney when I was deciding about a year ago what I wanted to do with streaming. Because I knew I wanted to do it, but I wasn't sure how I was going to go about it. So I asked Dooney for some ideas, and she told me basically, do what feels right, do what you want to do, don't focus on what you think others will like. So I took my time with it, and with that advice, I watched some other streamers. My top 3 streamers that I watch are Dooney over here, Nevi Alden, and a flesh tuber named Hey It's Her. And he's self-proclaimed farthest from any VTuber that you would ever possibly imagine. And he's not a VTuber. He's, like I said, he's just a regular streamer. But I get a lot of my willingness to stream from him and Dooney. They've both inspired me quite a lot to stream what you love and have fun. Because both of them have a lot of fun in their streams. And I think that's really inspirational. As far as my look and the concept of space goes, I've always loved space. That's always been a thing. But the concept with the character initially was going to be an Irish hare. She was going to be a bunny rabbit from Ireland.
Ooh.
Yeah, but then I figured I couldn't really make enough lore with that. There's nothing that really inspired me with
Mm-hmm.
that. So I watched a bunch of other streams, especially Nevi's, and hers is very lore heavy. She has somebody write a script for her before every single stream, and it's really immersive. And I wanted to build that kind of world. So I took a couple of weeks and I sat down with a few ideas and I looked up anomalies in real life. And
Mm-hmm.
the largest anomaly known to man is the Great Attractor, which is this gravitational anomaly that has what's called a dark flow, which is subsequently drawing everything in the known universe towards it. And in 14 billion years, everything in the known universe is going to be pulled into the Great Attractor.
Oh.
So I built off of that with that incredible gravitational anomaly, that unexplainable wonder. I built off of that. And I wanted to make her have some kind of symbol that's her. And I'm like, oh, spirals! Spirals are cool. And she'll have spirals in her eyes. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. But then I wasn't sure where I was going with that. So then suddenly the idea came up with the arrows and having them be like a creature, a sentient creature with these ideas and plans that no one can decipher because they don't have a language, they just have actions. They just are evil with no cause. Like, wow, that can work. So I just built off of all of those concepts and we're here.
I see, I see.
Yeah.
That sounds like a whole lot of things just piling together, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh, Dan! Oh, I thought you were gonna have Dooney dance on the table. I'm like, Dooney dance party.
No. Not scheming that quite yet. I'm just setting up for later shenanigans if anything pops up, huh?
Shenanigans, I see.
Always shenanigans, huh? Shenaniganery.
I see.
He's fine. Nothing to worry about unless it's something to worry about, you know?
Oh, of course. Your questions are miraculous, by the way, Saru. Thank you.
Thank you for saying that.
Is pretty good at this. I will say he's been doing this for about a year.
This is around a year mark, yeah. We're getting really close to that.
Yeah.
I'd have to remember when the first interview was. That was in the regular interviews.
But... Now, a question for you. Would you consider yourself the Stephen Colbert, the Eric Andre, or the Jay Leno of interviewers for VTubers?
I would consider myself ignorant of all those names other than that they are names. I'm vaguely aware of, television interviews and all that, but, like, honestly, this interviewing stuff and literally any IRL TV interviews have zero connection whatsoever. I started all this just because, you know what? I want to start sizey shenanigans and showing off friends and cool people. And that's the entire inspiration behind it. So I have no point of reference in my brain to be like, yes, those are names of people who interview famous people or something. I don't know.
Alright, so you're the Saru of interviewers. Got it.
Yes, I'm just the big derpy mouse that showed up one day.
I see.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's better to stand out than being similar to another interviewer.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I also fully recommend Eric Andre. The other ones, they're not entertaining. But Eric Andre.
I should give him a watch sometime because I see him get memed and back so many times, so it's like I should do that.
He's so funny. Oh, he's so funny. All right, so thank you for that. I'm sorry for shouting out another talk show host.
Yes. Oh, definitely. Oh no, it's so terrifying. You have talked about people. Oh no. Although I have been trying to find a space to be able to slide out for just a second because there's apparently a package I need to pick up at the door. So instead of asking my next question, I'm going to move on to the next category, which is actually the free space. So, Dooney, if you've been sitting on any questions, and if MacHoshi, you've been building up any questions in the back of your head, now would be the time for them. I'm going to step out for just a minute or two, leave you both up to your own devices as well, though, so try not to set everything on fire, please.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just no fire, please. But, yeah, free space. Feel free to ask any questions. I gotta go check the mail, apparently, so, yeah. You all do something real quick. I'll be right back.
Alright.
This is not planned at all.
So, Dooney, how's it going?
It's going well. I'm having a good day. How's your day going?
What's you scrolling through, Dooney?
Oh, you heard that, huh?
Of course.
Well, I actually, so you remember how I got distracted earlier?
Yeah.
Besides the you know, the wonderful dance order there. I remember that someone said they wanted to do fan art during the interview, or like for the interview, and they weren't sure they could make it, so they had it scheduled to release on Twitter. So, and I wanted to share it in the little chat we have here.
Oh, okay. I am excited. Okay. I'm gonna go to so I can see it and. Oh.
It's so cute, and I'm also gonna see. I'm gonna try and link it too. Hang on, I'm gonna link it in chat. So it's really adorable.
Oh, and here I'll take off my. Excuse me, I feel so rude now. I'll take. There we are. There we are.
I can start hearing people in the distance. I hear take off. What's going? Hold up.
Oh, it's so perfect. Look, it's so cute. Oh, I love it. Oh,
it's so adorable. I'm definitely gonna use something with that later. Maybe for like a profile pic or something, because it's too cute.
Okay, I need to comment on this. It's so cute. Oh.
Okay, I heard some. I'm not sure what I heard as I was getting back.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, basically fawning over banner as I shared in the chat.
Okay, because when I hear like, yes, this is. Oh hey, Hans did something.
Yeah.
I see. Well, I just know I get back and I hear in the distance while I'm, trying to enter the room, take off, and it's like, wait, what? Is somebody... Okay, there's two ways this could go. Somebody's one, leaving, or two, removing clothing, and I'm like, what are they doing? What are they doing?
I didn't mean to make it awkward, sorry.
Listen, my brain's just like, what am I hearing? I gotta go check that in. But let's see. Let's bring this up on screen because there was, in fact, something made by Prince Hans for the scenario going on, and it is absolutely adorable.
Cute. Yeah.
Let's see. Toggle, make sure everything is good to go. Alright, it's going to take over a good portion of the screen.
That's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm not saying, like, the screen. I'm saying, like, the actual screen we got up there. You know? That's a screen. See? We bring it up on the screen. So, Prince Hans did a drawing of Dooney presenting Tiny Big MacHoshi.
It's wonderful.
It is absolutely wonderful. Let's see. They also left a little note there, so let's try to check that. Might not be here because of time zones. Says, have a great stream, I see. That's a great image, though. Ta-da! Dooney presents Best Friend.
Exactly. That's exactly what happened.
That's great, that's great. Oh, and I see Dooney posting the link to said Twitter post.
Yeah.
Oh. Don't know if you could watch. Schedule this tweet. Have a great stream. Aw. Let's drop that retweet right there then. Drop that like. Definitely go check that out because, Prince Han's always doing amazing art and is always glad to get fan art of some sort, huh? Especially when it's, you two friends just going crazy and be like, huzzah! Friend time.
So far, the only time that I've been drawn small is with Dooney, and I love it.
Makes sense, huh? Alright, now, did I miss any questions or conversation, though, or was this just,
Yeah, it was just us fawning over the fan art and just, being all like, hey, how you doing?
I see. Well, that makes sense. That being said, if either of you do wind up having questions to get the ball rolling again, or if anybody in chat has any question they would like to ask, I know 4 has some usual questions I'll probably bring up to fill time. Feel free to ask them.
Well, Saru, if you were a planet, what kind of planet would you be? What kind of life would be on your planet?
If I was a planet...
Yeah.
I feel like I'd be one of those oddball planets that's spinning backwards. Just to throw off everybody, because I can be pretty confusing, you know? I can be pretty confusing at times. So, spinning backwards, a lot of people really confused on the planet due to that. They'll eventually figure it out. But, it starts off some weird ideas, and there's just... Really, is the type of planet where you look at it first glance is like, okay, everybody's there crazy. And then later you finally figure out, oh, hey, they're slightly less crazy. They're still crazy, though. That'd be the type of planet and people living on the planet.
Alright. How about you, Dooney? Same question.
If I was a planet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and what kind of life would be on the planet?
I imagine since I'm a fairy, there'd be a lot of forests, lots very nature focused. Let's machinery and stuff like that, or at least as less as possible. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I could do anything about it if people on planet Dooney were to decide to what's the word? Revolutionize? Something like that?
Revolt?
The Industrial Revolution.
Mutinize.
That type of... It could be mutiny against nature, but, it sounds like the Industrial Revolution, invention of the steam engine, metalworking, all that.
Yeah. It'd be stuff like that, or, and of course, probably just, what life would be like on there would be probably very fae-focused, with a focus on probably fairies being the main inhabitants, because I'm a fairy. So
right.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Anyone else have any questions?
Question.
I have a question. I have another one.
I didn't really say what type of species would be on the planet. I just was like, they'd be very confused and all over the place.
Yeah, you know that the people on that planet are arse backwards. That's all you know about them.
You know,
Yeah, what kind of people
if I
would be on
wanted to
the
get a
planet?
cheeky little jab, you know, if everything's gonna be backwards and confusing, well, of course we would have a bunch of, you know, cat folk living on Mouse Planet, right? Just to add in the extra layer of confusion, right?
How tall are these cat folk?
Well, that is a good question. They probably think they're very tall, but I found with a lot of cats, they're actually a lot shorter than they think. You know, they think they're measuring in feet sometimes, but no is like inches or centimeters. So, they think they're pretty big, but they're probably, you know, a lot smaller than they actually think.
Have like mice-sized cat people and cat-sized mouse people.
Beware the squeak in the night. Squeak, squeak, squeak.
But yeah, you said you had another question, MacHoshi?
I do. So, starting with Dooney.
Ooh.
Dooney, if you could have any superpower, what would it be?
I have to think about this.
All right, fine. We'll come back to you. Saru, how about you?
If I could have any superpower, what would it be? So, I'm just gonna set aside the obvious answer of anything size related for the moment. And just be like, that's on the shelf. We already know that would be picked. But, you know, anything that matches up my brain, usually when I think of like super magical weapons or custom powers, it goes one of two ways. Either a little bit of spatial manipulation, like, you know, little portals, teleportation, whatnot, or temporal manipulation. You know, time freeze, fast forward, all that type of things. Those are where my brain goes. So manipulating space-time is always fun.
Wow, and that's so versatile. Yeah, being able to say that, it's very, very versatile. Ooh, that's fun. That's a good one. Dooney, have you come up with yours yet?
I think so. Yeah, basically like Sarah, just like you know, putting like size powers on the shelf because you know, of course I would go with that one. You know?
Yep.
And I technically would have that, so I guess another power that like I don't have as a fairy is, or as far as I'm aware, something that kind of floats in my head a lot is being able to materialize weapons of any kind depending on your imagination, kind of like a Green Lantern.
Whoa.
Yeah, kind of like that, only just like with like different weapons, so like swords, guns, bikes.
Wait, bikes?
If you beat people over the head, it's a weapon.
Yeah, anything can be a weapon if you're brave enough.
All right then.
That and I was thinking of Devil May Cry.
Oh, that. Yes, the very chaotic. Swing the bike around, and it also breaks apart into pieces for a super uppercut or something.
Yes.
Dante's weaponry is very
really
interesting.
Cool. It's really, really cool. Honestly, that's the series that makes me so interested in like having unique weapons and stuff like that, which is why I thought of that.
Fair. Devil May Cry is crazy fun.
It is. I love it so much.
I forget which number it is, but you know the opening cutscene where Dante's literally like breakdancing on everything, shoots pool balls that are flying around and fighting a bunch of demons?
That's the third one.
That's the third one? I showed that to one of my friends, and they went, you know, that explains a lot about your sense of humor.
You know, I'm sure if I did the same thing, they'd probably be like, yeah, that sums you up well.
Right. Oh, the chaos. That's 3. Thank you, Danny, for the confirmation as well.
Yeah. You do. I'm sorry I made this about Devil May Cry, but yes, you do.
Devil May Cry. It's good games. I enjoy them. And let's
anyway,
see.
That's my answer.
Good answer, Dooney. Good answer.
Skimming about, there is a question that 4 usually asks, one of the regulars in my stream. They have a few regular questions that go rather chaotic, so I'll weave them in. One of their chaotic questions, number 1, if you could appoint a ruler of the internet, who would it be? Who would you give absolute power of the internet to?
Can they be alive or dead?
Yes. No limits, just pick a person. It doesn't even have to be a person. It could be, non-person. You just gotta pick something.
I don't know if you'll know it by name. Norm MacDonald. I would bring him back to life and I'd give him the internet. Norm MacDonald.
Norm MacDonald.
He's a comedian.
Ooh.
He's a great comedian.
Comedian having power over the entire internet. Yeah, that can only go well.
Either him or... Oh, why do I always forget his name? He's the guy that created the original Office. Ricky Gervais. Ricky Gervais should own the internet.
All right.
Sorry about these comedian names you don't know, Saru.
Listen, I am just an uncultured squeak, you know?
I watch a lot of stuff. I know all the celebrities.
Sometimes people are like, yes, famous VTuber, and I'm just sitting there with a blank stare, so I don't even know people in my own circle most of the time.
Oh, well, I don't think that you have to, just because you have a fun hobby, doesn't mean you have to know all the... I don't know the famous VTubers. I don't watch famous VTubers.
The usual response, one of the responses that usually sneaks into that question is the give me power option of, I will become the one who rules the internet, the guest says.
Oh, I don't want that responsibility. That sounds terrible. No.
Fair enough. I'll go back to skimming chat for questions unless either of you chime up with something. Let me see.
So, so I have another question. So, MacHoshi, you said, with your species, you're kind of like made of a collective energy and whatnot. So like you could take on from what I understand from that convo, you could take on any form. It's just that you're kind of limited to that one.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, unrelated to that, can you breathe in space?
Sort of. Have you ever stepped into a really steamy room where the air felt thin?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It's like that.
Ah.
Very thin. So I still require the very slightest bit of oxygen to survive. So I can, go out for a spacewalk in this for a couple of minutes before it just gets too sweltering for me. And I'm like, gotta get inside.
Makes sense then.
Yeah.
Being able to do a spacewalk like that must be a lot more convenient than seeing all those people put on the super bulky suits and everything.
Oh, well, yeah, the suit would still be necessary if I were to, be handling some sort of repair on the outside of the ship. But I don't do that. That's grunt work. I don't repair. So.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Skimming back through chat, I think I caught the first of the unasked questions. June the Kitty is asking, would you hire Saru to eat a planet?
Not in my correct frame of mind, if you catch my drift.
I think I do. Okay. So no official planet-eating jobs, June. No official planet-eating jobs. Let's see. Stray comment from June once again. June wants to sit on planet Dooney, be so cute to see the planet blush.
Oh! How
Yeah.
many moons does planet Dooney have? Just the one?
2.
Oh.
Well, I guess it would be 4. 2 on one side and 2 on the other. Maybe 6, depending on how I'm feeling.
All right.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's see, skimming through chat, I see a couple questions still laying about from Read the Small Mouse.
Oh.
What are MacHoshi's top 3 or 5 favorite video games?
Okay, I'm cringe. I play a lot of League of Legends. It's a lot of fun. But I've seen Reed play it, and we played a few times, so I don't feel so bad saying that.
I'm gonna chime in there. If the Odyssey event stuck around as like just a permanent PvE mode, I would go absolutely crazy and still be playing it daily. Because way back then, that was like, I put way too many hours into that because it was a limited event. I'm waiting for the League MMO. I have hopes. Don't disappoint me, Riot.
I hope so too. No, they have such amazing lore.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I love the characters in League so much. I think my favorite character for just like overall lore and gameplay is Oriana. She's so miraculous. She's a clockwork girl. She was originally fully human, and then she got so sick that her father kept replacing parts of her body with clockwork parts. Eventually, she just became a full clockwork woman. She's beautiful. Her concept is beautiful, and all her lore is beautiful, and her kit is badass. So yeah, League of Legends is my perhaps all-time favorite game because of how much I've played it. Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced.
Ooh.
I've played that thousands of hours.
That one's fun.
Oh yeah, I played the original, the PlayStation one, the Final Fantasy Tactics, and it's dark.
Yep.
Whoa! Like, I have this theory though. You see that the character in Final Fantasy Tactics is the actual character that you avatar as in Advanced. So yeah, because in the actual game at Tactics, there's like decapitation, there's crazy stuff that happens, and you play as the character that looks exactly like the little schoolboy in Advanced, which seems weird, but no, he's avataring as that character is my theory. Anyway, I'm crazy about that game. And it's not Super Snowboarding Extreme. That's not the acronym. Super Snowboarding Supercross. That's it. Yeah, those are my 3 favorite games.
That's a huge jump across genres for each one. Like,
yeah, it is.
Just the very all out over there, but it's the games you enjoy. You stick with them.
It's good to have broad tastes.
Aw. Thanks, guys.
I can imagine some people when confronted with, yes, what are your top 5 games? All right, well, there's, what are the past 5 years for NBA? Like...
Oh.
right.
Yeah, no.
So
yeah. Also, Danny is very, very excited about SSX.
Yeah. I know every single song in the not the third one. Wait, yeah, I think it's the third one because there's SSX Tricky, and then there's the third one that had like an incredible soundtrack. And I love the characters too. And fun fact about the characters in SSX, most of them, if not a good 90% of them, are made to resemble their voice actors. Oh. Very cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's always just a nice touch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially since they could have made them look like anybody, but hey, voice actors, you want to have a little bit more representation than just your voice for the character. That's just kind of wholesome.
Exactly. Becoming the character feels a lot more personal.
Yep. Looks like Reed has another question.
Oh?
Does MacHoshi like any anime in particular?
I haven't watched a lot of new ones. I like older ones, like Tenchi Muyo, Excel Saga, and Galaxy Angel. Those would be my top 3 favorite animes.
I swear I've heard Excel Saga somewhere and it's tickling the brain cells, but I don't recall why.
It's called the Crack Experimentation Anime.
Excuse me?
Yeah. It was meant to be quote, and this is what the creator said, the Family Guy of anime.
Oh.
Yeah. So
I see.
There's so many references.
Know what to think of that.
I don't know what to think of that.
Just wild. It's meant to be just off the rails wild. Each episode is based off of a different anime genre. So let's say one episode is based off of like shoujo anime, and the main characters are like, oh no, I can't afford my makeup. Oh no, that boy I liked. Oh no! But you know, all the while, the actual stuff that's happening in the show, like the government takeovers and whatnot, are still occurring. However, the main characters are worrying about their makeup and boys. Or if the show is taken on the idea of like shoujo style sports anime, maybe the main characters are focused on being the best baseball players, you know, and getting the baseball scholarship, even though they're adults. They're like in their 20s and in a government organization, but they're at like a high school. And she's like, no, I've got to get this scholarship. It's the only thing that's going to make my parents proud of me.
I've been working for this scholarship for 20 years.
Yeah, exactly. That sort of thing. Oh, and then something bad happens and she's like, no, my summer vacation is ruined. You literally work for a secret organization that's going to overtake the government, and you're like, oh no, but I gotta get to baseball practice.
I see. That puts a lot more of it into context and just continues to reinforce that completely crazy descriptor for the one tagline.
Oh yeah, Excel Saga is my favorite anime, absolutely hands down. Their final episode was based off of H content.
Oh my.
Yes.
That's a very fun letter for some people.
It is. I'm one of those people.
So they do every single genre. They cover every genre in anime.
Yeah, and I think I'm familiar with Galaxy Angel because of one episode.
Oh, look who just popped up in chat.
Huh? Oh?
Prince Hans popped up in chat.
Prince Hans!
Hey, Hans!
Fan art.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the art.
It's gonna pop up on the screen in front of you real quick again. We saw it and was like, that's amazing. So thank you, Hans.
It's so adorable.
It just absolutely fits the mood of Dooney showing off her best friend, huh?
Yeah. I love
it. Jeez. So, you know, the brain just kind of shut down after that. Hans, thank you. And anybody who hasn't checked out Dooney, do you got the link for it again?
Sure. I should still have it. Hang on.
All right. Anybody who hasn't, stopped by Hans's site on Twitter and all that, make sure to do so because they're quite the great artist, huh? And especially if you like all the sizey shenanigans. Well, they do a lot of sizey art. All right. So back to the conversational flow. We were talking about anime. Hoshi just finished up talking about her favorites, I believe, unless you had more to go.
No, not really. I don't watch a lot of anime.
Prince Hans does have the recurring question about Dance Lord. Is that a twerking Darth Vader?
No, for the love of fuck! I don't understand. It's like we have to introduce him every single time. Okay, so you guys see him. His name is Dance Lord. He's my best friend. Well, Dooney, I'm sorry. He's my other best friend. You see,
he's a friend. Okay.
He's a wonderful dancer.
I could almost hear the Halo narration betrayal.
I was like, you're replacing me?
Dance Lord. Yeah, he's the Dance Lord of the Sith. All right, now that that's over with, we don't have to bring it up again.
Dance Lord. Dance Lord, Dance Lord. So, I guess we'll bounce the question around because this is the free space. Dooney, favorite anime?
Let's see. I don't think I can do like a top 3 or anything like that, but like I could just like name favorites on top of my head. That time I got reincarnated as a slime, absolute favorite at the moment.
Slime.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Soul Eater. Let's see what else. I have a soft spot for Dragon Ball.
Fair.
Let's see. Mob Psycho is also really, really good. Demon Slayer. And that one season of 7 Deadly Sins I watched.
Oh. There's a whole lot of shows on that list.
Yeah, I definitely consume a lot more anime than MacHoshi does.
Fair.
If we were to talk about all of my favorite old anime, that'd be one thing, but I'd be listing off so many anime that none of you know.
I mean, I might.
Oh, yeah, okay, Dooney. My other favorite animes are Nia Under 7, Steel Angel Kurumi, and Cosplay Complex.
See, I'm pretty sure I've heard of those. I don't think I've watched those, but I've definitely heard of them.
Only one I could say I think I've heard of is Cosplay Complex, but that just might be, the alliteration getting to me.
It's good. It's really short, though. Oh, and Magical Witch Puni-chan. That was so funny. Oh. You guys have probably seen the scene where a bunch of vegetables come to life and then they cook themselves, and then there's like Potato Dono, and he's the last one to throw himself in, and he's like voiced by a very deep Dio-like sounding man, and he's like carving himself a
potato. That sounds like that just would live in the collective subconscious of anybody who's seen the scene.
It's the most popular scene, but it's another really good anime, but it's old.
I'm just going to sneak in for a second. Prince Hans is saying they just dropped by, but they got to go now. Thank you, Hans, for stopping by.
Thanks for dropping by.
Thank you again for the art. And take care.
See you. So before Saru, you go ahead and you talk about your favorite anime, because I am curious what yours are. I have to interject on Dooney and ask, Brotherhood, why'd you specify that? So I'm sorry, I'm defensive. Let me take that down a couple tones, I apologize. So Dooney, you prefer Brotherhood over the, quote, original anime.
Yes, the original anime isn't bad, but there are things that I'm just like, I feel like Brotherhood does better.
What?
Like the ending, and there were certain characters that I like more in the Brotherhood interpretation than the original. Like Greed, for example. I really love Greed in the original, but I love him so much more in Brotherhood.
All right, you got me on that. We'll have to discuss the whole ending sentiment in private, because I don't want for you to give too many spoilers, but I do want to hear your argument. But okay, Greed, that's kind of fair. I do like what they did in the original, but ultimately the other characters, especially like Fear Bradley, he's done much better in the anime. He's so much more appealing, so much more attractive even.
Is there a difference between the two?
Absolutely. And in one incarnation he is I think he's Greed in the anime.
No. In the original he's Pride. In
that's right,
Brotherhood he's Wrath.
That's it. Thank you. But yeah, no, I preferred the little Shota boy too being Wrath. I thought that was a lot better as well. Although, when you consider that argument, I think that Bradley's son is a homunculi in the Brotherhood, but he's not in the original anime.
Yes,
so I guess that's a complicated argument for me to give. However, I prefer.
I mean,
Wrath.
if you prefer the original, that's completely fine. You know, I just like Brotherhood more.
Have you seen the live action movies? They're made in Japan and they're very good.
I'm not.
They're based off of Brotherhood too.
I'll give them a watch sometime.
Okay. All right, sorry about that. Sorry.
There was some intense stakes in that conversation. I felt like for a moment.
Mustang being the one to kill Winry's parents is a lot more interesting than the otherwise of just Winry's parents being killed by Scar. I found it much more interesting for it to have been a more personal thing. That's cooler.
That's fair. That's fair.
Thank you.
Oh no, Jude!
Oh no. Spoilers, oh no. Well, let's get a quick deflection in, because Reed in the chat has a question, and it's a little bit of a playing into a meme as well. Everybody asks who is Dance Lord, but no one asks how is Dance Lord.
Yeah, how is Dance Lord doing? He seems to be having a time of his... Yeah, but how is he feeling on the inside? Is he...
He's happy.
Does he have anything to talk about?
All right. I just had to get that one out there for Reed. And so my favorite anime, there's going to be a few of them bouncing around various time periods as far as I'm aware. So first one, I think most recent on my list, most recent would be first season of Promised Neverland.
Oh,
I hear good things about that one.
Mm-hmm. Going back further than that, I think Kado the Right Answer is a curiosity. It's one that I'm not sure too many people actually watch. So basically, you take a couple of lawyers and you throw them into a first contact story. For, alien super dimensional being pops up. And the first episode is just playing like, okay, these are the characters, they're doing their lawyer things. And then it pops up as like, oh, this is going to be the rest of the season now. Alien Contact. Let's see. Roka no Yusha. That's another one I like. And I'm not sure why this one has come up in my brain recently, but I have to say it because it's there. The Legend of the Legendary Heroes.
What's that one?
Well, I forget a lot of the details because it's been so long since I went through it, but basically, from what I can recall, it is as over the top as a title that uses the word legend twice would be. For, a lot of your fantasy fare, got a couple of the main characters, they go, an ancient temple with a super weapon, and then there's explosions galore because the super weapon wakes up and tries murdering them. You know, that's the type of, mood for most of the show. The legend of the legendary heroes just going crazy. So, I could not tell you more about it at the moment, other than how over the top it is.
Sounds interesting.
Let's see. Oh, got somebody who surprised people remember Roka no Yusha. Yeah, I love Roka no Yusha. It's and now it's very cursed if I actually say it this way, because something very sus-shaped has made it a lot more popular for the concept of a traitor amongst the ranks, as we look up at a crewmate on the screen.
Oh.
So it's basically fantasy party fights the demon lord, but they get trapped in an area and they have to play a round of Among Us because there's an imposter with them. Because there's 6 legendary heroes. That's the rule, and 7 of them showed up. Yep.
Isn't Among Us just werewolf?
Yeah. Basically,
yeah.
But people don't, immediately think of, werewolf when they think of an imposter amongst anybody or someone that needs to be weeded out. They think of the popular thing, right?
Yep.
Well.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right, huh? Let's see. I think that basically covers my, the top anime that come to mind for me, though.
Yours is eclectic. I like it.
And let's see. It looks like Black Frost does have a question for everybody. What are your dream vehicles?
I want a DeLorean. That's what I want.
DeLorean.
And it has to be operational too, so that I can travel through time.
Fair. That'd be pretty nice.
Yeah.
I'm not much of a
I want to
vehicle
meet Christopher Lloyd.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh no.
Okay.
Carry on.
How was it?
Yeah, I'm not much of a vehicle person myself, so I'm like, I just ride a bike everywhere. My dream vehicle is just a nice bike.
I remember really liking bikes as a kid, so.
Nothing motorized either, no motorbikes. I'm just thinking like, this is a nice bicycle with pedals that my feet move.
What's with both of you and bikes?
I know my answer is driving multi-ton death machines around with crazy people driving other multi-ton death machines around is a terrifying prospect, and my anxiety will never let me do it.
Oh, no. Eventually, Saru, it's okay. Have you ever played a video game where you have to drive? It's similar. It's okay.
You see, that comparison gets a lot less helpful when the family likes to poke jabs and, go, oh yeah, bonus points on the side of the road.
I mean, don't hit people, Saru. I believe that you'd be able to drive if you wanted to, though.
Oh no, if I absolutely needed to, I absolutely could. Apparently I'm a natural behind the wheel.
Yeah.
I just... nerves forever, and I would never want to do it. Willingly.
Pats on head. Do you have a head pat, Redeem?
I do not have a head pat, Redeem, but I can just, let's see if I can shift a couple of things and lean forward. Let's see. This one. Scoot back here. I'll just... Can I lean forward far enough?
Okay, that works. Pat. It looked more like you were getting...
There we go.
Oh!
Thank you.
Okay.
Alright, let's put your stage back where it belongs, though. We sort of dislodged that, almost exposing you to the elements of Dooney going crazy, potentially. Let's, Oh.
That's fine. I trust Dooney. I trust her.
We'll remove the stage properly later, then.
And then for me, for my dream vehicle, like Saru, I'm not really a vehicle person, so Barbie car, and call it the Dooney Mobile.
The Dooney Mobile.
Yes.
Oh, cute! And it comes with its own little tiny thingy of fairy dust, and what else would it come with? Dooney, tell us what else. A change of clothes.
Yes.
A change of Dooney clothes.
Change of clothes. Cup holders. AC, because that's really important. Because you said it comes with its like own fairy dust. I'm just thinking like the Batmobile, like from Batman, and how like that vehicle has like guns and stuff on it.
Oh, I thought you meant the Batmobile from Tom and Jerry. Batmobile from Batman. Okay, that narrows it down.
There's a Batmobile in Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, of course. So that's why I'm glad that you narrowed it down.
Now, I have one direct comment about the cup holders. Is it cup holders, or is it just one big cup holder?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Understood.
I think I remember like last year we were talking about just like weaponizing my fairy dust and like for like guns and like rocket launchers, and I'm just like picturing just like having like turrets and shooting fairy dust at people.
Yeah, fair enough though, huh?
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna skim the chat again for any questions. If either of you have any questions left, feel free to ask them. Otherwise, we'll be moving on to the next set of questions I've got.
I love how Reed is like, I am surprised it is not called the Dooney Buggy.
Dooney Buggy.
Oh, I like that one.
So I actually do have a question for MacHoshi. And it's what do you like about being tiny? If you could name one thing.
But well,
well, would it help you if we just took the stage away? Here, I'll move the stage so Dooney can get real close to ask the question.
Wait, that's not what I.
Stage. Go over here. There we go. Now you can get real close, Dooney.
Alright.
Wait a moment.
Hey.
Hi, Dooney.
Hey. How's my little best friend doing?
I'm doing okay. So I guess the best part of waking up is folders.
Oh, she's getting even more high pitched. Did you start shrinking her, or is that just
No, So the best part of being small is people thinking you're even cuter than before, because small is cute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fair.
So yeah. Also, if you want to eat a cupcake, you can really enjoy the cupcake, because you can sit inside of the cupcake.
Good.
Yes. Yes, it is. So, sorry, she's just so big, and I don't know how to feel about that. And then you want me to answer your question, and I'm just like trying to. Really, I am. Dooney, you might.
She was pretty big, isn't she?
Am I?
You might be distracting me
from
this question.
The question did, encourage a little bit of growing. You're a bit taller than me now. You're just really, getting down to the table and giving her the stare, huh?
Yeah, I guess the fairy dust really is acting up, huh? I wonder what's causing that.
Right. Okay, Junie. So, like I was saying about cupcakes, yep, Saru. Yep. I'm just gonna keep my eyes on you, Saru. Because if I stop looking at you, Saru, I kind of I get misdirected. Saru.
I see. So I
Yep.
should not say anything that could help the misdirection.
No.
Especially not, just imagining like, okay, hey, Dooney, what if you had a shirt similar to mine right now? You think that would be even more distracting?
Oh.
Right?
Yeah, we could switch outfits.
Okay, but let's be serious for a moment, because Saru would look adorable in your outfit.
He would. He really would.
So the classic, look I did have was just an orange hoodie, so definitely just nice comfy, huh?
Oh yeah. So yeah, best parts about being small is that resources are doubled. Sometimes tripled, quadrupled, or tumpled. To a certain point where one ration could last a person weeks, if not months. So that's incredible. Transportation is also much easier. Let's say we've got a Dooney who's 50, 75 feet tall, yeah, and she's holding me, and I'm even if I'm normal height, she'd still be able to help me look over a planet a lot easier, and she'd give me a bird's eye view, and it would help me out a lot because, well, I wouldn't have to do any of that work.
Yeah. I am really happy to help my tiny best friend.
Thank you, Dooney. Also, good view of Dooney from down here.
Dooney do be very cute, yes.
Yeah, we get a good view of Dooney from way down here. That's true.
Hang on. Let me see if I can help with that.
Wait a second! Dooney!
A good view from down there, you say?
Dooney, you're way too big!
I think she took a nibble of that cupcake we left behind from the pre-show.
Oh, yeah. No. Oh, Lord.
I don't know. If she busts through the ceiling, we can always just build a new set, you know? We rebuild the city usually, so it's fine.
But Saru, doesn't that eventually get kind of costly?
So you see, they start arguing about money when I need more supplies. And then I just point at some of the more destructive kaiju friends I have and say, if you wish for a discount, talk to them. Or, if you want to, figure out the funding situation. Because, as it turns out, this may not be the most, what is it? Morally, good thing to do. But, big is a very persuasive thing in a lot of ways.
It is.
I see. Oh, Lord. So, Dooney, how's the weather up there? Can she hear
me? I don't know. So sorry, what was that? I think I think her squeaking is just becoming just incomprehensible to my ears.
Well, don't worry. I am very fluent in squeak. I am a mouse, so she is asking about the weather. It seems she seems to be poking a jab at how big you are. Although, with how small she is, she might just fall in the little hole in the zipper right there, and just kind of get stuck on your clothing, huh?
Yeah, she might. I am feeling hot, so maybe I'll unzip the zipper, and she could just go in there for a bit.
Saru, I mentioned earlier the heat as well. Perhaps we can turn on an AC. Your guests, they are warm, Saru.
That is true. The guests do seem to be warm, but I don't think that has much to do with the type of heat you're talking about right there. It might be a very different type, but that's not where we're going at the moment, huh?
Oh,
so,
Lord.
Dooney, I will request that we we can get back to the teasing and bullying later, but I do need MacHoshi for the rest of the interview, so...
That's understandable. I can share her.
Yeah, we gotta at least get her the chance to, you know... Alright, where did I leave that little stage for you? I moved it and I'm not sure where it went.
I'm comfortable with where I am right here. It's not a bother, Saru. You and Zuni too have been wonderful hosts. Thank you both.
I love how wild the chat
got. There was definitely some good reactions there. Definitely some good reactions there.
Love Big Dooney.
Yeah, and all are bunk-worthy.
Apparently, June was surprised about a squeaky toy.
Oh.
Yeah. You may want to be careful around the cat soon. If June, you know, catches when he is like squeaky, huh? All right. Now, one last check. Any questions come to mind, or was that the final question for the segment before we move on?
That was the final question.
I'm good to move on, thank you.
You're good to move on? Aye. In which case... So, the next questions I have written down... The topic has been touched on some before, and it clearly is not going to help after the last question as well. So... I've made a little bit of an observation hanging around what time I have that you do hang around Dooney a lot, and there are some fairy dust mishaps that happen, so you do get shrunken quite a bit, it seems. I'm curious if there's a story behind how some of Dooney's fairy dust got in the ventilation system of your ship. If
Well, that would have to be at Dooney's discretion. However, it is my ship, so I'll let you guys know. But I also want to reiterate to any authority that might be listening that I'm not pressing any charges, because it might be considered biological warfare. However, that is not the way that I see it. I see it as a more playful and friendly element to our relationship. So, I just need to clarify that we have many Unmach lawyers that would be eager to jump on this and sue Dooney. However, I'm not interested in that.
Good luck trying to sue me, because apparently you guys are very, very weak to my fairy dust when it comes to shrinking.
Well, if you think that Saul Goodmachian isn't able to testify against you, even when he's only an inch tall, Dooney, you don't know him.
I don't. That's fair.
That being said, though, I feel like with what would inevitably happen in the disappearance of a few lawyers, they would probably build up a stronger case over time, as opposed to just having one immediately, right?
Yeah. More likely than not, yes. So, what was the question?
So, I was curious about the fairy dust that got stuck in your vents and how it got there. What was going on with all that?
I was trying to derail the conversation so that we wouldn't have to go down that road. But yeah, so when I landed on Dooney's forest, of course I gave her a nice tour of Kenehihu because I wanted to show my friend around my Livenstead as you would. And little did I know she's not the individual to be trusted. Fairies are very mischievous creatures, and they tend to do some things that are how would I put this? Not annoying, Because I love Dooney, but it is annoying as feck when suddenly you're asleep on an alien planet. You're just chilling there, and then you're like, "Oh, hey, I'm gonna turn on the AC. You know, it's getting a little bit chilly. Or it's warm in here. Let's turn on this AC." So we turn on the AC, right? And then the vents open up, and then I notice, wow, that's a powerful AC. But that's not the case. I'm actually very small. I woke Dooney and her entire forest. Despite being only about 3 inches tall, I was able to scream loud enough for her and her whole forest to hear. And ever since then, she's just been chuckling and refusing to tell me exactly where in the vents she hid the dust. So we're never going to find it. And every now and then, whenever I open up the vents to allow in cool or warm air, I get shrunk by her dust.
You know?
I loved our collab, Dooney, but it came with some repercussions, it did.
Yeah, it might have. It might have been traumatized after that event.
A little bit.
Sounds like it's all in good fun.
Oh, well, yeah, as I said before with my disclaimer, it's fun, it's fun, but... Dooney is a lot to take in.
It looks like Black Frost has a question, and I can also tack on a little bit more to this as well.
Oh.
So this one's probably going to be a little bit more directed towards Dooney if she's willing to reveal a little bit behind the curtain of the vents. How much Dooney dust is in the vents?
Yeah, she would have to answer that one.
That is a good question because like I hang out in her vents a lot.
What? I'm sorry.
Well, I mean,
what?
I mean, sometimes I want to like keep an eye on you, MacHoshi, and just like but like I don't feel like asking like hang out and stuff like that. But I'm just like, oh, I really miss her. Let me just like keep an eye on her. And so I may or may not have spied on you. I won't go into...
That private wormhole that I gave you was specifically for letters and for you to send your love only, not for you to shrink down to such a microscopic size that you can go through the wormhole and then spy on me and my ship and then plant more fairy dust.
Well, yeah, and then it's just like the first time I put fairy dust there, it's like and the next like several times I'm just like however I kind of lost count because the thing about me is like besides being able to produce like fairy dust at will, there's times where I just kind of produce it by accident because the fairy dust comes from my skin, and every so often I just kind of like shed it. So like, yeah, it's kind of like sweat, but not as gross, in a sense. I don't know how many times I've done it, but I know just like while I was in the vents, you know, there was a lot more fairy dust than there was before. So, to answer your question, I have no idea at this point.
And the little question I was going to tack on is, was going to be, are you sneaking in there to replenish it? But I guess we got that answer too, huh?
I mean, I do want to keep an eye on it every so often.
Right. That definitely answers some questions on my end too. Wow. Maybe not questions in this interview, but questions about life itself.
You know, that's fair. In any case, I'll ask a question that involves less world-shattering revelations. Apparently, I'm not sure if you're gonna try to set up a little, fairy filter around the wormhole in the future, huh?
We might have to.
Aww.
At least give you a little bit of an alarm when she's trying to break through everything and sneak in, huh? But I wanted to also bring up the trivia about various planets that you usually wind up sharing from your scouting missions and expeditions and all that. And from what I can gather, a lot of that does just stem from your love of space and, exploration. So the question becomes, is the planet trivia something you originally thought you'd be doing, or is that just something you decided to do because you just really like it?
Kind of, sort of, yes to both questions. So I wasn't sure how I was gonna do an intro for each stream, and I wanted things to be really special, and I wanted them to be really immersive. So I make sure that every week, because I'm not going to be exploring a different planet every single day. That's a little bit much. But every week, I jump to a different planet. We boost our FTL drive and we warp to a new planet. Sometimes it's through FTL, other times it's through wormhole. Because other times, we go to places that are so far away and so incredible. And sometimes we go to something that's 10 light years away from Earth. So we're all over the map, and I think that's fun. So we make sure that there's a good amount of information stocked together in what I call the planetary details. And I make sure that it's available at a reasonable enough price, and I read them off for all of Earth to hear. It's not considered classified information because I don't delve into the exact resources that we're capable of gleaning. So I feel like it's fun to be able to share the information. Um, I just left a planet recently to come to here, to Earth. And we're going to be embarking to a different planet tomorrow. But the last planet that we were in orbit in that wasn't Earth was MOA 2007 BLG 192 LB. And it's about 3,000 light years away from here. But as you know, we jumped here in, what was it, 2 minutes and 13 seconds? Yeah. So it was a pretty big jump, but we got here pretty quickly. So yeah, it's something we didn't think that we'd be sharing with everybody, but ultimately it became really fun to do.
Fair enough, fair enough. Do you ever feel like you're kind of a tour guide to the people who are asking about it?
Oh, that's cute. I think that's a really cute little simile. Yeah, I could be considered a planetary tour guide. Because you do get to hop along to each planet with me, and I do make sure that we've taken a nice, good picture of whatever planet that we've hopped to, so that you can get a nice glimpse of what we've seen.
Well, this sounds like definitely good times and a good reason to pop in and check out what's going on, both with you and with space, huh? Oh, I'm getting a spam call again. No. Spam call.
I hate those.
So
the one time I got a spam call, it turned out to be a recording. I was very sad.
Oh no.
It was an old lady who needed me to bring her toilet paper. I kept trying to relax her because she was going crazy. And then finally, once I was sure that she was relaxed and she had stopped crying, it blared at me and said this was a recording of from www.prankcalls.com. Oh. So I do answer spam calls just in case it's that poor old lady again and she needs me to talk her down.
That is probably the most bizarre spam call I've heard. Normally, like, the ones I'm dealing with are just, Hello, we're here to conduct an interview. This call may be recorded for quality assurance. And politics. It's like, okay, but I've declined your call 3 times. Are you going to get the memo?
Or have you said don't put me on your don't call list? Have you let them know this?
I have not, because I usually just block the numbers.
Okay, that hurts too.
Aside from that, there's the ever famous I am from Microsoft. Your Windows computer has encountered an error.
Oh yeah, well I use Linux. Just tell them that next time.
Oh jeez. Yeah, there's a whole world of those, huh? Oh jeez. But as I'm looking at my list of questions, we're going into the last couple that I have. So, I'll bring up another interview tradition as well. I usually let the guest pick the raid message and raid target. So, if there's anybody online that you can think of that would be good to send some love over to, we will send it their way, but keep that in mind over the next few questions. However, we do have a quick question in chat, it seems, that may be relating to the planetary scouting in a very different manner than usual. We're going back to Planet Dooney. So, Foxgirl Rigel is asking, can Dooney be considered a planet when she's as big as one?
Well, you see, it's not just size and mass that is what makes a planet a planet. It's also dependent on if it is orbiting a host star. So if she has a host star, like a MacHoshi, then yes, of course. So since I would say, just for the heck of it, that Planet Dooney is revolving around me, MacHoshi, I'm gonna say yes. Yes, Planet Dooney is the best and cutest planet.
Oh.
Well, there you go, Rigel. There's your answer.
Thank you for the question. Very cute question.
And
it's very, very cute.
On the opposite end of the spectrum, we have a question from Read the Small Mouse. We want to talk to you about your car's extended warranty, but I don't own a car? You know, they're just getting a jab at the prank calls again, the spam calls.
I would like to change my long distance plan, Reed. Thank you.
Reed, it sounds like you got a long talk ahead of yourself to, deal with that warranty, huh? Alright. Let's see, I don't think I might have forgotten one of 4's usual questions. This is a usual chat question that comes up, though the chatter who usually asks it is currently, not available. So, this one's definitely a little bit of an odd one as well. If you were suddenly arrested or detained for some reason and your face was flashed all across, the international news, the interstellar news and all that, what would the people who know you think happened?
War crimes?
Yeah.
War crimes?
Yeah. I can see that.
Treasonous war crimes on Unmach. Basically, that just means that I sang and danced in a cute little outfit.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
Alright, I think that wraps up all the chat-related questions then. So, final 2 questions, both on the theme of looking forward. Question number 1. Are there any long-term big plans that you're working towards?
Whoa. Well, I'd love to streamline everything on my stream to where it's, flowing really nicely. Like I love how yours is. Yours looks very, very seamless and beautiful. And I'd like to work my way up to something like that. And I'm slowly building towards that. I don't really have any like number goals, like numeric goals, like oh I want this many followers or what have you. Because I'm just happy when I see anyone in chat. So I've been friends with a lot of people who struggle with having anyone in chat, and then I see those friends in my chat, and I'm just like, oh my god, you know, the next time you stream, I'll be there. I'll be there for you. So I don't really have any big plans or goals. What I do on my channel is I don't do any celebration streams until we've beaten a game together, so that I don't spam karaoke, so that it's special. I want it to be really special. Yeah. So I don't really have any plans except for keep playing fun games that I enjoy, that people enjoy watching me play, and celebrating when we beat them. Those are my plans.
You know, fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah.
Now, we are, as we're running to the last question, Dooney, if you want to loom ominously again and maybe swoop away MacHoshi when we're ending, feel free. I'll just whisk away the stage once again so you have direct MacHoshi access.
Hello.
So,
hello.
Hi.
MacHoshi.
I see you. Hello.
The final question before I ask you if you have a particular target you'd like to send the audience off to. Do you have any short-term plans? You know, something for the next few, yes, very short, for the next few, you know, minutes, days, maybe a week out? What are your really, really small, tiny plans?
I want to get tacos later tonight. I think I have the energy to stream on my own channel and play some Cult of Lamb, because I want to play more of that. It's so much fun, and well, I don't want to wait until the weekend to play more of it.
Aww,
so
I'm looking forward to that then.
Yeah.
Fair enough, fair enough. Cult of the Lamb was certainly a fun game, huh?
And not lose my composure with big Dooney looming over me with her cute smile.
Definitely no composure lost at all.
Nope.
So, on that note, that wraps up all my questions. So, thank you, MacHoshi, for being a wonderful, wonderful guest.
Oh, thank you. I had a great time.
And thank you, Dooney, for being a wonderful co-host as well, and having a good time chatting with your best friend down there, right?
It's no problem. It's so nice not only to like get to hang out with my best friend, because that always that usually makes my day. It's also like I'm honored to be a co-host, and I hope I did a good job.
You did a wonderful job.
Haha.
It was fun all around. So, MacHoshi, if you have any brain cells currently functioning with Dooney nibbling on you, it looks like. Do you have a particular target you'd like us to send everybody off to, or shall we just end it as is?
Hey, MacHoshi.
Yeah, what? Dooney?
I love you.
I love you too, Dooney. Oh. I'm sure I have a friend that's currently streaming. Let me see here.
Yeah, go ahead,
yes.
take a look, and send the name through DMs if you could. That way I can get the spelling. Because
perfect.
With a coffee earlier, we showed how reliable my mouse ears are, right?
Oh, yeah. Here. I think the person with the lowest viewership would appreciate it the most. That's my I don't know how philosophy motto. Don't know.
All right. It looks like they are in follower subscriber only chat, so it'll be hard to get a raid message out. But that's fine. That's fine, unless you'd rather somewhere else.
I don't know what the subscriber follower chat only means.
So that means unless you're following them or subscribed, you cannot talk in chat at all. So that means the raid would basically be completely silent unless anybody's following them.
Oh, that's a shame. I'll have to tell him to change that later. In that case, I will pick a different friend since I think that it'll be a more successful raid. But yeah, I'll let him know that later.
It's usually useful for stopping spam and the like, so some people do it for security purposes. But it is also, it hinders raids quite a bit, usually.
Yes.
Alright.
There we go.
This name, gotcha. Oh no, they got the same condition popping up.
Oh my god!
Oh jeez. Back to the first person then.
Yeah, I apologize.
All right. It's no worries. It's no worries.
Is not what I want to read. So
in which case, we'll go back to the first target, Mappamancer. We will send the love off to them, even though it'll be a little bit hard to get through the box sometimes. And, well,
yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm not sure what Dooney has planned for you, but it seems like she's probably just going to pick you up and take you off, and just venture away. So, if she takes you to the cupcake, you can get your size back. But I'm not gonna argue with the fairy over her best friend, you know.
Okay. Well, thank you for having me, Saharu. Thank you so much, and thank you, Dooney, for having me too. You're a wonderful co-host.
It's no problem.
Thank you for being a wonderful, tiny guest. And last thing, what message should we try to get across for whatever we do get into the raid box?
Sorry, because of the whole follower-only chat, I'm slightly nervous.
It's understandable. The big fairy distraction's there too, right?
I was thinking, and then suddenly...
we're running out of time to think, so bye-bye, everybody. Take care. Raid firing away. See ya!